Hello there everybody. Just thought I'd make a quick video today showing off some rocks that I picked up at the local gem and mineral show, the Kettle Moraine Geological Society's gem and mineral earth sciences show that we had near us in West Bend, Wisconsin this past weekend. And I picked up some nice stuff from a few different vendors there. And I also got some pieces from Kingsley North that I got in rock shipment. I ordered some grit online from Kingsley North, and I got these pieces also. So figured I'd show them also. So let's get to checking out what we got here. We got some all this stuff here I'll be showing is from the gem shop here. These paper bags. So when you go to buy their stuff, they usually have it in buckets and bins or whatever, and you just grab a paper bag and a marker and just put it in the bag and label it what you got. And this is some red velvet agate that they have picked up for myself and for a buddy of mine. Wanted to try it out and tumble it. I wanted to pick out some pieces that looked nice enough that we could cut up or break up with a hammer and chisel and throw in our rock tumblers. So I thought I'd picked out some decent pieces here. Here's another really nice one. So yeah, it looks to be some fairly decent material for tumbling. This piece here, I think I'll probably just leave as is. I'll probably keep this piece for myself and let him have the other two. I don't know. It's just a nice piece. Just got that on the bottom. I'd hate to ruin that. That's kind of neat looking. Got some little quartz points on there too. Little sugary goodness. So yeah, this is the red velvet agate. This next stuff here, some of my favorite. It's called the Agua Nueva agate, and I picked some of this up from another vendor that was already polished. Look at the purple and pink in that. Got a little botryoidal druzy patch there. I was at the gem shop in their backyard looking at all the rocks, and I seen that they had a big pile laying out on the concrete, and I was like, oh man. So I just kind of climbed into it and and started grabbing some rocks, and the manager Arthur comes out and he's like, oh, those aren't for sale yet. We haven't sorted through those. And I was like, oh. And I was like, well, do you want me to dump these out? I can. He's like, no, that's all right. And he went ahead and sold it to me anyways, but ended up being a little bit little bit more than maybe I wanted to pay, but being that I actually got to pick through a bunch of the nice pieces and kind of cherry pick it, I didn't mind. This piece will look a lot better once I start tumbling it. You just get a little window, a little idea of sometimes of how cool these are gonna be. You get the ones with the purple and the pink and the yellow in there. So it's got some nice red in there too. This is a really nice piece. It's kind of a rainy, gloomy day today. Not really much to do outside, or it's one of those days where it's just overcast and gloomy and you don't really feel like doing much, so I figured I'd show off these rocks that I got this last weekend. Maybe a cute little one to tumble. Ooh. You wanting to play, huh, Jasmina? You wanting to play? Okay, in a little bit. And this one just has a lot of that reddish purple. I like this piece. Alrighty, and over here we had some Malawi babies, and again these ones weren't for sale. They had these. They were they make these up into these 1 pound bags, and they sell them. I think they sell them 5 pound bags also for $15 or $45. And anyways, they hadn't sorted through these yet, and he looked a little frustrated that I was going through them and stuff, but there was no sign there saying, please don't touch or not for sale, anything like that. So in my defense, I mean, they were with everything else and they looked like they could be purchased. And so yeah, he let me take these also. I do a lot of business there, and he recognized me, and I think he don't want to turn down a cash paying customer like that. If it was a little nicer day, I'd probably cut these with my tile saw today. I managed to do some cutting yesterday, and I'll be having a video of that come out showing the pieces that I cut. I gotta get a new tile saw blade. It's cutting some petrified wood, and it just tore up my blade, so gotta get another blade before I do any more cutting. But these ones here, just I was looking for any sort of hint of banding and color that I could find there. That's why I like to pick through them myself. They have them down in the basement also. I don't know if they just brought them all outside to go through, because they were having they had a booth set up at the Mineralogical Society's gem show, and that's where I picked up most of this stuff at. But this and that I picked up at their shop, which was only like 10 minutes away from the show. So, but yeah, I like to sort through these myself and pick out my own. I'm sure a lot of you guys would agree with me. You know, you just like to look through the stuff ourselves, sort through them, and as with, you know, with anything else, there's just certain ones that call out to you. It's nice to get a grab bag, you know, a mystery bag. You know, you get what you get. It's okay, but it's much better, I think, to pick out your own. So yeah, some of these don't look like much, and some of them I kind of grabbed, you know, just for the mystery of it too. You know, I do like the mystery. I like to, you know, to never know what you're gonna get until you cut into them. But you want to look for ones that have good signs that there's gonna be something neat. Like this one's got a lot of red and purple hues on the outside of it. So even if it is just a quartz ball, it's still gonna be pretty. That one's pretty neat. We'll just grind that. We'll just grind that smooth with my ankle grinder. I'll probably do a little bit of that today. In my garage, just go out there and grind some pieces down. Just speed up the process before I tumble them. Makes a world of a difference when you can grind things down a little bit smoother instead of throwing them in the tumbler, because I mean, yeah, the grit and tumbling obviously is gonna wear things down, but get a much better shape. Oh my. That's neat. There we go. Yeah, this one's gonna be completely mysterious. I just like the shape on this one. It's got a nice little peanut shape. Either cut it this way or probably cut it that way. I usually, I don't know if you can see what I'm saying. It's a little bit wider here. It's a little bit more narrow here. I seem to have better luck when I cut them that way versus cutting them this way or cutting them this way. If I can't ever see banding on the outside and give me a hint as to which way it's running, I'll usually just opt to cut it in half like that, and I usually have really, really good luck. The best luck doing it like that. So a piece like that, that's probably how I'd cut it. Some of them are, you know, are just kind of round, and you're just like, oh gee, I don't know, you know, and then I just kind of hold it up to the blade sometime, and I just kind of get a feeling, and I'm like, right there's good. And then I go ahead and cut it. But you know, these are little Malawi babies. These are really fun ones. As you can tell, there's some really awesome patterns, and these some really, really crazy cool patterns. And here, I didn't see this out there the last few times I had been at the gym shop, but I was going through the yard and going through their bins, and a lot of times they have lids on them to keep out the rainwater and just debris and stuff like that. And I knew about where these were in the yard. They have everything labeled on the barrels, like 1 through 150 or something. And so I knew about where this was the last couple times I grabbed it, but it must have had the lid on it or something. So I was really wanting some of this stuff, and so I started pulling the lids off of some of them, just kind of looking inside, and I found this, and it was getting pretty low. And I had to kind of crawl down in there and sort through them and find the ones that were good sizes for me. These ones I really, really like. You can see there's another one here. Some of them are a little bit more like a lighter pinkish color, and some of them are more like a orangish, reddish pinkish color. And I think these ones tend to be better. But look at that, you can just get a little idea of what's going on in there. That one's gonna be sweet. Just I'll cut this one right in half. We'll have 2 nice pieces. It would probably be even cool just to tumble it like that. It's doesn't have too bad of a shape really, but I'd like to see what's inside that one. These ones get kind of like a weird flat pancake shape. Really, really funky shapes to these. Called Moroccan greenskin, or another names for them is a Berber agate. I like to call them Berber agate. But you can see it does kind of have a greenish tinge to it, I guess. See, but yeah, you really get some kind of funky shapes, and you're like, goodness, where would I cut that? What would I? This is where you need a 10-inch trim saw. Mine's only a 7-inch, so I'd have to cut a piece like that off, and then takes a lot longer when you're cutting rocks bigger than you should with your setup. You gotta flip them and turn them and rotate them, and the petrified wood I was cutting yesterday, it was much bigger than my saw, and I could only, even when you're turning it, sometimes it's still, there's gonna be sometimes a thin spot in the middle that your blade just won't touch, and so then I'll get a chisel and finish breaking it open. Usually just gets a nice clean cut, and that's what I had to do yesterday. That and the blade just decided to stop cutting. I think all the diamond had just fallen off the blade and it was down to bare metal. I was like, wow. That's never happened to me before, but I don't know if it was just a bad blade. I mean, it was doing good before. I just got to that petrified wood, and it just any rate. Let's see, it's got white, and then it gets that pink and kind of peachy colored, little red into that purple there. That's awesome. friend of mine, she called this cotton candy agate, because it kind of does look like that when you cut it open. Sometimes it gets this pinkish, purplish, bluish kind of wispy look to it. That's the reason. Another reason why I like to pick up some more of this, because I like to gift some of this out sometimes when I do rock trades. It's a really, really pretty one. This is my first time getting any of this. This is amethyst geode. And I got a few geodes I haven't cut open yet. So we'll be doing that sometime soon when I get another blade and it gets warmer out. Here we have some Black River agate, and this comes from Argentina. This kind of reminds me of Montana agate, just the chalcedony, how really durable, strong. You know, sometimes chalcedony agates, they have a tendency to crack and break and whatnot, but Montana agates are a really good one for tumbling and polishing. This one's just got like a little crack here. Obviously it's healed, but you could cut that in half and still have a really nice piece right there. But this one I'll probably just tumble as it is. A nice little shape there. This is a Black River agate from Argentina. It's a little more expensive. It's on the pricier side of some of the stuff that they have there. I think the most expensive stuff I see is like $50 a pound. I mean, I might be wrong. There might be higher there, but this is $30 a pound for this stuff. Same with some of that Agua Nueva. It can be $30 a pound, and the Indonesian stick agate that I like. But if you want better material, you're gonna have to pay for it, or go find it yourself. I'm not about to hop on a plane or a train or a bus and go to Argentina and stumble around blindly on a mountainside, try to find this. $30 is a fair price for that, I think. Alright, now let's get down to this other stuff here. This I got from one vendor here. Was selling some Lake Superior agates for $5 each. Of course, my eyes lit up when I saw that. Lake Superior agates, $5. What? Don't mind if I do. Some people aren't looking to get rich off of this stuff. Some people are, you know, looking to sell these things for fair prices. You know, it's just a rock that somebody picked up on a beach somewhere. It's not like they had to go with a lot of great effort to mine this stuff. So it hasn't been cut or polished or anything. It's just a Lake Superior agate that washed up on the north shores of Minnesota, probably. This is probably the best one right there. That's a really nice one for $5. And I guess he used to have a fairly large collection of Datalite. And first I saw these and I wasn't sure on the pricing, and I was like, surely that's not $1.45. I'm like, is that $145? I was like, wow, I can't afford that. And I picked up one and I just kind of looked at the bottom of it, and I was like, oh, $25. I was okay. But it's not too often with this Datalite you get that color in there like that, the pinkish reddish. Just a really pretty color in that one. It's a nice chunky piece. It's already polished, so I like that. Yeah, he was getting rid of his collection. It's an older fellow and probably looking to retire and doesn't have any grandkids or anybody maybe that's interested in it, so he's having to break up his collection. And I like this one a lot. You can kind of see, my camera's not cooperating with me here. You can kind of see what it looks like on the outside. It doesn't really look like much. They said it looks like cauliflowers, how they describe it. Then you cut into them and you get these really cool cake batter looking patterns here. You can find Datalite other places in the world, but the only place you find these nodules like this is in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So, yeah, it's my favorite thing to collect. Datalite and zeolites and prehnite are my favorites. So yeah, it's always nice to add to my collection. Here is some of everyone's favorite fluorite. This is a really pretty bluish grayish piece here, but I just like the little crystal books laying there. Nice crystal structure, I like that. Just the color. Nice little specimen. This one is from the Loralai district in Balochistan, Pakistan. Some nice Pakistani fluorite. And this piece here is a piece of El Filo fluorite from Santa Librada mine in Durango, Mexico. I couldn't resist this one. I was sitting there and I was just gonna get that piece there, and I'm standing there and this is like right in front of me and I'm eyeing it and I'm just like, I gotta have it. I'll take this too, please. This one's just stunning with the UV light also, but look at that. Oh my god, it's like magical. There's something about purple rocks, purple minerals, purple gems, and just love the color purple so much. I like reds and greens and blues and stuff also, but speaking of purple, here we have the Agua Nueva material here, and this particular vendor who I bought this from, I tell you what, this guy was the coolest person to talk to, and it's not too often, unfortunately, at people selling gems and minerals and like at their booths. They look so emotionless sometimes. Like, you know, they're just trying to sell you stuff. They don't get excited about the material. They don't want to talk to you about it. They just want to sell you something, and have you move along and sell something to the person behind you. But this person really knew a lot about agates, and he was excited to talk about all of his specimens. And this piece here, I think, was like $10. And I was like, what? $10? That doesn't even cover the time, effort it takes into polishing. Then he just kind of smiled and he was like, yeah, someone who understands. And I was like, well, yeah, I'm like, you can't buy that material or go out and find it and then polish it, let alone for that price. He goes, I just like to give people a chance to get something cool in their collection. And so, but yeah, look at that. This Agua Nueva is amazing. I love this stuff. It's my personal favorite agates. And I think this piece was $15. One was 10 and one was 15. I can't remember, but either way. And it's pretty hard to polish things when you got these little pockets like that. That I think he did a pretty dang good job on it. And that's a nice one. Yeah, he had quite a few that he pulled out, some Koyamitos that were just like, he showed me one. I was like, how much do you want for that? And he's like, oh, that one's not for sale. I was like, oh man. It's still nice to see them all. And this one here is the dry head agate, and I think this one was $30. That's definitely worth $30 for a nice chunk like that. Nice face polish on it. Purple and that orange and red and almost like a little bit of kind of a mauvey pink color there. Man, that is sweet. Yeah, I just thought that was a pretty good deal and a really nice fellow. I wish more people were like that at the gem and mineral shows and people at these shops. Here we have some, this is Wisconsin's own Wisconsin Moonstone. So it's kind of hard to see sometimes. You have to get in just the right lighting, but it's got that blue flash like Labradorite is. This is Labradorite's cousin. You can see some right there. It's, they got a nice flash there. It's hard to work with these feldspars here. You just get that one plane. Sometimes you can grind or polish right through it, and then you're down to nothing. But this one's a nice rounded piece. Did a good job on that piece. This one's a pretty nice shape also. So obviously the ones with a lot more blue in them, you're going to pay a lot more money for them, but these ones weren't too bad. So yeah, I got some pieces of Wisconsin Moonstone. This was actually one of the things that I was heading up there looking for. And it comes from Wausau, Wisconsin, and the mines are closed down. And they only do private digs now. If anyone's interested, you go to Wisconsin Moonstone on Facebook, and they have a website. And it's only in the summertime that they do the public digs, and you have to call in advance. I don't think you can just show up. So lastly, we have here is this copper pieces that I got from Kingsley North. There's just some medium slabs that they had, and then they had some small slabs, but these are, I don't know if this is a Kingston conglomerate, which gets some copper in there. I don't know if that's what this is, or appears to be different than these other ones here. This looks like typical float copper that you'd find up in the UP. It's got this basalt and copper running through it. Sometimes you get the green epidote in there, maybe some calcite. Yeah, oops. I just thought they were neat. Couple little slabs. I absolutely love copper, so. And these were, I think they only a couple bucks. Not very much money, so. Yep. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing everything that I picked up. I appreciate you watching. Until next time, take care and rock on.